Hi Capricorns, and welcome to your February 2022 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky coming on to talk to you about your energy for the month ahead. I hope you're all doing really well. What an interesting time to be a Capricorn it is. We have Pluto really getting to the very, most advanced, most masterful part of the sign of Capricorn. So your sign is so empowered, finally getting past that triple conjunction of 2020 and, going through December 2021 and January 2022, having that reactivated. I think February is going to be a really interesting month for you all as you have kind of a series of empowerments or series of events that have really changed the game or really led to a lot of advancement, or at the same time, it can be a lot of worries or new things which to other people might look like, abundance or benefits, but at the same time have a certain, huge responsibility attached to them. I feel that this is a time where you can relinquish some responsibilities if you need to, Capricorn. If you've got too much on your plate, I feel that you can fix that now. As I'm looking at your tarot spread here, it looks like a majorly kind of a reasserting, redefining, reimagining of what has brought you as far as you've come now. And it really looks like a month of actually stepping back into your power without it being so high stakes, okay? Having the Emperor upright, having the Ten of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups. The Emperor was coming up reversed for a lot of the other signs this month, so I'm interested that it's upright for you. It's like maybe you're the only ruler of the zodiac now. Like your sign is definitely on top, which it is naturally. It's the 10th house. It's the highest, house in the zodiac. So you are reclaiming that space, I feel here, and you got to be a little bit careful with that. That can become very egotistical, but I'm not really feeling it like that for you. To me, this looks like a very private experience, or this looks like a something that's just for you, but it does nonetheless impact others. So I'm sensing a need to, King of Wands coming up in so many readings this month as well. It's like, we've got to let it out, some of this pent-up energy. We've got to maybe start performing again, start doing music again, start doing theater, or some type of cultural, artistic expression needs to be a part of this instead of just like the savvy, politically savvy or financially savvy or, business-oriented stuff. Like that's very much, I feel, where your energy has been focused. And now it has to become a little bit more performance, or a little bit more fiery instead of so earthy, okay? Also, I feel that you have the ability to enter into a new gate at this time. Nine of Cups coming up with the Emperor and the King of Wands also suggests that you have some type of magnificent entrance to do, or some type of very just incredible way that you now can pass through something, or something that you didn't previously have access to is now opening up, and you need to enter it very regally, I feel, very strongly. You don't have to put your head down. You don't have to keep things so humble here, actually. You can kind of step into power, and you can have confidence in the way that you move now. So, otherwise, for intuitive messages, Capricorn, you want to watch out for giving too much of yourself at the same time. There can be way too much giving, or way too much other people relying on you or depending on you. Six of Cups reversed is an indication that we might be giving to a detriment, or not even having enough left for ourselves. So try to watch out for overgiving, or setting yourself up or contracting yourself in a way that's not actually maintainable or sustainable when it comes to work, when it comes to donation, when it comes to employment or hours that you might be signing up for your job, whatever it is. You want to maybe remove a few things here. But overall, Capricorn, this is a great month. Okay, this is really healthy energy coming in here. So let's talk about the week to week. Week number 1, you've got Two of Pentacles rooted down by Nine of Cups. So you are facing an open gate here, or an open door, and you're asking yourself, do I enter this or not? So this looks like a change in industry, perhaps a new business, perhaps a new plan of study, perhaps a new relationship even. This is an entry point to a new paradigm, basically, one way or another, whatever it entails of. And I think you probably need to go through it. That would be my advice because it's timely, right? When I'm faced with a question like this and I'm like advising a collective of people, I try to ask myself, like, of course, every personal situation is different. But, knowing that in the month of February, we have all planets direct for the first time in a year. We have the nodes having shifted signs for the first time in a year and a half. We have a new Jupiter in Pisces. We have also the Chinese Lunar New Year moving from the Ox to the Tiger on February 1st. And we are gearing up for the Western Astrological New Year in March. So about 5 or 6 different signifiers of paradigm shift, right? So being that that's happening, it's a timely time to step through these gates, to step through these doors, and to get more for what you do, to get more value out of your life, to do what actually matters to you, to hang up some of these things that don't. And I also feel to have more of a family context to your experience, whether this is blood family, whether this is like inherited family, whether this is like a family in your company, whatever it is. 10 of Pentacles, 6 of Cups, 9 of Cups. The Emperor also needs people, right? Like the Emperor isn't an emperor if he doesn't have a lot of people kind of orbiting around. And I'm not saying that you need to think of it that way as if you're like the center of the solar system, although Capricorns kind of are during this time ever since 2020. But without other people, the Emperor is just nothing. So we have something about other people coming up and the need for them, or the need to have like a group or a team or a family or a series of human connecting points. Okay. Capricorn can also be very solitary. It can be very independent and wants its own space, its own privacy, which is always a part of your sign. But at some point in time, if you want to have this feeling of abundance and worldly expansion, which I feel is represented in this reading, 10 of Pentacles, the Emperor, Queen of Pentacles, all that stuff, it takes other people. So friendships, alliances, support, and family become an important thing to think about now, and forging and healing those relationships if it's needed. Let's talk about the second week. Okay, you've got 6 of Cups reversed, rooted down by 10 of Pentacles. You gotta cut some of the expenses, or you've got to give a little bit less in certain places, and it might not be where you think it is. Okay, so when we had the last nodal axis, North Node in Gemini, South Node in Sag for you, that probably meant that you might have entered into a lot of like frivolous expenses, and they might not seem that way. But try to cut some of that stuff here. North Node in Taurus, South Node in Scorpio is much more scrupulous and much more reserved in the way that it gives. So that's been indicated in all the readings this month, like a cutback maybe on some of the ways that you're giving, so that maybe you can give in a more meaningful way altogether. And with 10 of Pentacles rooting that down, like the legacy of your family could depend on it, or the status of the generations that follow you could depend on some of the ways that you are giving now. Okay, week 3, you've got the Emperor rooted down by Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so you want to, this is beautiful. That's an incredible combination. That's like a marriage, okay? That's like a wonderful relationship that can come through, like a power relationship or a empire building type of relationship. I mean, imagine the Queen of Pentacles and the Emperor being married. Like, it's kind of like the perfect couple, honestly. So it's a good time for matchmaking. It's a good time for dating for you. It's a good time to renew vows, or to get a gift for your husband or wife. Okay, so your spouse or your significant other should be gifted during that time, no matter what. Also, it's a good time for procreation as well, or to work on fertility or any type of expansion to your family or lineage. I feel this to be very good for Capricorn people during this time. And the third week of February could also come with like a pregnancy, or it could come with, even if it's not like a physical pregnancy, this could be the conception of a new idea, a new business. Something is very fertile for you now, which is great. Fertile energy is such a wonderful blessing because it allows us to create, right? That's our creative power, whether we're creating businesses, places to live, manifesting, having children, whatever it is, it's always a blessing. So it's there for you this entire month, but especially there in the third week. So fourth week, you've got King of Wands rooted down by the Hanged Man. You're kind of like questioning yourself. It's like, can I express in an authentic way? Can I drop some of this reserved facade? Can I become more flamboyant and, sort of royal kind of zest? Capricorn is a very refined, reserved energy, and it sometimes feels incomplete in the way that it has to reserve itself or hold back. So you might need to really express. You might need to wear brighter colors. You might need to, because it makes sense. Like sometimes the energy, if Capricorn is in the negative, is like the antithesis of fertile energy. It's like barren energy. It's very like, industrious and kind of metal, and it's so enterprising and repetitious that it kind of is barren sometimes. It can be sterile. It can be gray and void when it's in the negative. So there's a need to color things up a little bit here. It's a much more modest time that we're in now as compared to pre-2020, and I think that's refreshing for a lot of us. However, it can swing to the other extreme where it's just not also very zesty. So we want to maybe actually allow ourselves to express and have beautiful experiences. I don't think you need to hesitate on that. I think in this case, the Hanged Man is a detriment because it's like you're almost like, in a deliberation phase about whether or not you can express your truth, which is a kind of a difficult place to be. Let's talk more about that in your extended reading on Patreon, Capricorn. It's going to be a beautiful month for you. Congratulations for this fertile, blessed energy coming in. We'll talk more about it on Patreon. And if you haven't joined the Patreon, come check it out. It'll be linked below, and it's in the center of your screen now. Have a wonderful month, Capricorns. Bye.